can. So, if you guys are feeling it, feel free to make some noise, whatever noise you want to make. As long as it feels comfortable for you, yeah? Hands up! Unarmed, not posing a threat.
No hands up.
Leads to a social media riot, hashtag name a person deceased. What started off as a mistake has now turned disastrous, and the more lives that are taken will only feed the madness. We've all seen the headlines. Black person killed by white officer who gets paid leave and justice remains to be served. Most African Americans now feel like the skin they are born into has become a target. Like going to the convenience store isn't convenient anymore. And anytime there's a cop driving behind them, they have to look over both shoulders, knowing they aren't guilty of anything but fitting a profile, living in fear every time they hear sirens. To serve and protect has transformed into kill with neglect. Michael Brown in the street, Eric Gardner couldn't breathe, but no Castile was shot in his own driver's seat. Yo, 4 years ago, Sandra Bland was found dead in her cell. And Sac PD said that Stephon Clark had a gun in his hand, when it was really his cell. Their faces plastered over the news, now celebrities for their death. Why has this become normal for us? It leads me to asking, what next? Or worse, who? A country currently divided where the motto, one nation under God, has seemed to lose its solidarity. Even God is looking at us wondering what the hell is going on. See, when I was a child, I used to look at cops like they were superheroes, here to protect us from the evil people who want to cause chaos to the world. But the older I grew, I realized that not all cops are the Flash. Some who bear the badge have the same abilities, but think in reverse. But what about this concept? What if the tables were turned? What if law officials were being treated like the bad guys? What if officers lost their lives in the line of duty? Now what if they have family at home, waiting for them, fearful the day they get the phone call knowing that their loved one isn't ever coming home again? Now imagine that your occupations be the first that respond to danger. Imagine the stress of trying to assess a situation to where nobody gets hurt. One decision away from being on the news, either heroic cop to slay an officer or the enemy to the public. Most of us look at them and say they're brave. The other half, we look at them and say they're just doing their job. Now, under the uniform, they're civilians, and I know that some might be real-life villains, but what if all cops aren't bad, but it's easier to get mad at them, so we justify our anger by dehumanizing them? Disagree with me if you want. Personally, I don't think that anybody's the enemy, or anybody's the victim. We're all enemies of hate. When I'm not black or a cop, so you're probably asking, how do I relate? I'm just a bystander who's tired of remaining silent while things escalate and gain more violence. David Michael Jr., several shots. Officer Chavez, traffic stop. Jim Caput was a father and a husband before he was slain as a cop. We gotta realize that there have been a lot of lives that's lost in this war, so when are we gonna realize it's not about picking a side anymore? Did Alton Sterling deserve to die? Did Tara O'Sullivan deserve to lose her lives? Can we move away from this madness, or will we let it be all we know? Can we find a way to end police brutality and brutalizing the police? Unify the community and bring peace to the streets. So I'm speaking up, using my voice to recite this poem, because at the end of the day, I just want us all to make it home. So let's go home. Thank you.